For months now, Canadians have seen the images of migrants crossing over the American border to file refugee claims in Canada. Some people call them illegal immigrants. But that's not strictly true. It's not illegal in Canada to cross the border to seek asylum. The protocol is for RCMP to detain them, do a background check, then release them to file a refugee claim. That's certainly more humane than holding people in detention centers, but it creates challenges when we have thousands of refugee claimants entering the country, a movement that started when Donald Trump became America's president.
We have heard from the news. I was searching about moving to Canada and which way I can do it, especially with the kids, with the family. In the end, I was afraid to do the crossing between the USA and Canada.
Typically, when a government-sponsored refugee enters Canada, the federal government provides them with housing and all kinds of other social supports. But refugee claimants who cross the border in an irregular fashion don't get those kinds of supports, and neither do the social agencies that usually work with immigrants and refugees. Only a handful of migrants have crossed the Montana border to enter Alberta. Most refugee claimants in Edmonton have come here after crossing the border in BC or Manitoba or Quebec or Ontario.
I found it like something is not that easy, and at the same time it was like much easier than was the thing I was thinking about it. I thought like we are going to cross the jungle, what's called the jungle with the trees, especially in the night with the kids. So I was afraid, and I will not do that, especially with 2 kids. But as I told you, after I saw the video, I found it's easier, and I have no other chance.
We now have hundreds of border-crossing asylum seekers in Edmonton, but neither the province nor the federal government provides services to help them. Instead, immigrant and refugee settlement agencies are relying on private donations to provide a patchwork of services. That's not fair to the refugee claimants or the settlement agencies, and it's not sensible either.
As soon as we went off the hotel, we crossed the border immediately on Zero Avenue, and the police, they came to us, the federal police, I believe.
They were the nicest federal police I've ever seen.
We don't have anything like a refugee crisis in Edmonton, but if we want to be able to handle this sudden influx of newcomers, we've got to get services and supports in place now to help them adjust to life on this side of the border.